Firstly, welcome everyone to the calendar Q2 update for Antler Gold, where I'm just going to summarize what's been happening from a company standpoint over the Q2 period, being from April, May, June 2023. Just before I start this update, I'd just like to encourage you all to read through our cautionary statements. We are going to be making some forward-looking statements through here, as well as familiarizing yourselves with our technical reports and disclosure. So this webinar, the agenda, what we're going to be doing today is summarizing the news that the company released during the second quarter of this year. We're going to bring you up to date with our ever-growing exploration portfolio. I'm going to give you a little background into the NdPr Gold Project that the company was recently awarded in Zambia. Give you a quick summary of the financials as of March 2023, and then answer any questions that you may have to bring you up to speed with what the company is doing. So it's been a busy quarter for Antler Gold. First of all, on the 9th of May, this last quarter, we signed an agreement to sell our Crescent Lake lithium property to a private company, Kesya REE Resources. They are subsequently now going through a RTO transaction and will be listed on the TSXV. And we're very chuffed with that transaction, as it allows us to sell our lithium project to a well-established, extremely capable, well-financed lithium explorer based in Ontario. And we maintain a large position in that public company and get access to the upside that they're going to create on that project. 3 days later, on the 12th of May, we announced that Prospect Resources Limited, ASX listed company, had signed an option agreement to earn 51% in our early stage Kesya REE Project in Zambia. And then at the end of May, we announced the awarding of our NdPr Gold Project, which is a project that the company pegged in the northeast belt of Zambia, and we're really excited about this project. Just to give you a quick rundown of how those are presenting on our web pages. So as I said, on the 9th of May, Antler Gold entered into agreement to sell the Crescent Lake lithium property to Kesya REE Resources. And I think my comment, well, I know my comment here has perfectly described it. You know, from our company perspective, we're extremely happy that we sold it to someone like Kesya REE Resources, who are a highly regarded lithium explorer. And this sale not only allows us to focus on what we have promised our stakeholders and our shareholders down here in Africa on our existing projects and our growing project portfolio, but it allows us to maintain a significant equity investment in a Canadian lithium explorer that are exploring in one of the hottest districts for lithium at the moment, Ontario, and they're a well-established team and extremely well-financed. Part of their portfolio, the Crescent Lake lithium project, is going to form part of their portfolio, which includes Allison Lake, Onion Lake, Case Lake, and other similar projects. They have quite a commanding land package there, and we look forward to being significant shareholders of Kesya Resources once they go through a successful transaction onto the Toronto Stock Exchange. Then on the 12th of May, the company announced that it had signed an option agreement with Prospect Resources, ASX listed company, to sell 51% of its rare earth project in Zambia, the Kesya REE Project, to them. Not to go into many highlights, but I think the deal highlights here are there are significant expenditure commitments, as well as cash and stock that is associated with it. And what it has demonstrated is that Antler Gold is starting to be recognized as a project generator, not only just generating projects for the sake of generating projects, but generating good, technically viable projects that attract the likes of Prospect Resources, who are globally renowned for what they've been able to do in Zimbabwe with the Arcadia Lithium project. I think I stand under correction, but it's definitely in the top 10 biggest lithium mines that have gone into production recently. Again, my comment summarizes it. This transaction is testament to us as a company, Antler Gold's commitment to do strategic partnerships with credible organizations that allows us to create value for all our stakeholders, and not only allows us to create value, but maintain significant upside there. So we're quite excited about that. Then towards the end of May, and this is the other side of the pipeline that we as a project generator will have to continue on working, we announced that the company had been granted 3 new gold exploration licenses, which we've now named the UFIPA Gold Project. This area, it covers an extensive and massive land package that's just shy of 500,000 hectares, which offers the company a district scale opportunity to establish and discover a new underexplored gold field. This area, from a geological environment, is known to host 4 significant gold fields and deposits. And we, in essence, have enough land here to go elephant hunting. We're in big area here, big hunting area, and we look forward to starting the work there. This project forms part of the Antler PG agreement, which is our agreement with Sherpa Resources. So Sherpa Resources will maintain 12.5% of this project, and that gets us access to certain technical work for limits. For more information on that, you should definitely read the news release dated March 24, 2022. So back to so those are the 3 news releases during this quarter, and we're quite excited that the company is now starting to, it's got back onto the tracks. We've got a clear track now of delivering value and also delivering on catalysts that we have been building in the background as the company grows. Now with that, on the new page, you can see that here's the Antler Gold current exploration portfolio. On the left-hand side of the page, you have all our Namibian gold assets. These are quite well known to yourselves. We've got our flagship Onkoshi Gold Project, which we are currently getting compliance and negotiating land access with the landowners there with. We have our Erongo Gold Project, which is contiguous with Osino Resources Twin Hills deposit, and we're busy conducting more work on that. We then have our Kesya Gold Project, which covers the same structural and geological settings as our other gold projects. We're really excited about those, and we continue to advance those in a cost-effective manner. On our right-hand side, you see in green, we've got the Kesya Rare Earth Project. That is the one that we have on the 12th of May optioned to Prospect Resources, and now we have the newly acquired UFIPA Gold Project, which covers just shy of 500,000 square hectares. Sorry, that is a typo on my side there. But as we said there, those projects, that project, the UFIPA Gold Project, is located in a highly fertile area known to host significant gold fields. Not a lot of exploration has happened on the Zambian side for gold, as a lot of focus has been in copper. But But if you cross the border on the Tanzanian side, there's been a lot of exploration of gold over there with some quite sizable and economically viable gold deposits being found. You'll also see in purple, there are two more applications that have been put in Namibia, as well as other applications that might be hiding behind the project exploration boxes. So just more on the Fupa Gold Project. I want to continue on discussing why we are so excited about having 500,000 hectares and why this project, from a technical standpoint, as well as its locality, as well as its jurisdiction, is an exciting one for us and our shareholders. This displays the 3 separate licenses that total just shy of 500,000 hectares. And as you can see there from the map on the right-hand side, that it forms in the northeastern part of Zambia. So it's on the border of Zambia and Tanzania, as well as Malawi a little bit. Across the border on the Tanzanian side, there's been a lot of exploration for gold. And in this same fertile belt over here, there's been quite a lot of discoveries made of economically viable and sizable gold deposits. What you see here is our licenses in black, outlined over here, against a backdrop of a regional geological map, which is showing the Precambrian regional context of the Ubendian belt. And what you can see there is that on the Tanzanian side, there's been significant exploration for gold and significant discoveries made. On the Zambian side, not as much exploration has happened for gold, with the majority of the exploration in Zambia focusing towards copper. As we know, Zambia is an extremely well-favored and stable mining jurisdiction with a long history in mining, with some of the world's biggest copper deposits and most viable copper deposits. Antler has been active here. We feel that not only is the geology extremely prospective for the country, but the current political environment and the stability of the political environment is extremely attractive for foreign investment. So what is the company's plans? We're busy working with our partners, Sherpa Resources, in formulating an exploration program. At the moment, we are busy conducting a work on obtaining the EPB from the Zambian Environmental Management Agency, ZEMA. And once that is completed, we will then begin activities, which will be based on defining and better understanding where to start more active exploration. And we look forward to scaling up these projects. Just a quick corporate snapshot. Not much has changed here in terms of what the company has been doing from a financial point of view. With the shares, you'll see there that our cash is currently sitting at just below 400,000 Canadian dollars. The company did get some cash from the 2 transactions that it's announced recently. So the cash is sitting in and around the same value as of March 31st. And with a market cap of just under 11 million Canadian dollars, with 32% of that held by insider ownership. And that's testament to what the company, we aligned and with our shareholders, and we continue to want to do long-term growth. I think this is the best way to describe it. Our company is currently offering short-term returns and long-term success. And as we continue to assess new regional opportunities, we're building a risk-diversified business model that allows the company to generate short-term income through cash recoveries as well as stock, whilst providing us with exposure to the discovery process and the multiples that are created through that. Obviously, having huge amounts of ground to explore can be a deadly trap for a junior, but we've got managed risk and a high yield concept. We're currently sitting at over 580,000 hectares of licenses, but we strategically move them forward to allow us to create value without losing money or blowing money where we don't have to. We're poised for growth with a market cap of under 11 billion Canadian dollars. Any one of these projects or transactions that the company is currently conducting or has conducted offers an attractive re-rating opportunity. And then we've got technology and human touch. The company's put together a balance between advanced technology as well as relying on our internal and our partners' expert insight, not only from a geological perspective, but also from a market perspective. So our team, as I've shared with a lot before, has the correct mix of technical and market. And we continue to partner with the likes of Sherpa Resources and Prospect Resources and Midex Resources on good projects that allows us to better make discoveries. A nice short and quick one. I think the company is going to continue on this trajectory of releasing updates as well as keeping you informed. If you have any Q&A, please feel free to put it into the text box. Also, please feel free to send us an email and subscribe to our social media channels. I know that this summary will be on YouTube soon. Please go follow and share it. And please feel free to reach out to me or any of our team if you would like to have a discussion. Just going to wait and see if I can see any questions. So we've got a question here about the UFIPA project. What would be the plan once we have the EPB? This is an early stage prospect that has been put together by our partners and ourselves in Antler PG. We're busy formulating a plan together, which would follow the traditional trajectory early stage projects have. It would start with, some regional sampling, be it either stream sets or some soil sampling or targeted mapping to better understand, or for lack of a better term, get boots on the ground and see what rocks and information is right there in our hands. The company, this was awarded at the end of May, as you're aware. We have to go through our environmental procedures in order to be fully compliant. We've been busy working through that, and we'll start engaging with our partners to make sure that we get a viable work program. Once we have that in place, we will be making an announcement announcing exactly what the company intends to do and the results that we intend to get from it. Okay, just one more question here. When will the company know about its access to Onkoshi? The company is continually engaging with all the stakeholders, including the Ministry of Environment and Tourism from Namibia, as well as the Ministry of Mines and Energy, as well as the local landowners and other interested parties. It's a process that has to go on and has timelines. We have committed and followed through with everything that we have had to do from a statutory requirement, and we're now waiting for the responses of that. We're not worried about it. As I say, and as we've seen before, Namibia is extremely, extremely good in terms of following their laws that they've put in place. They have an extremely transparent system, and we like to continually engage with them during that process. So it's a process that we have to sit with and work with. Obviously, it has time implications, but from a procedural point of view, we welcome these procedures as it allows us to operate in a transparent manner with all our stakeholders, as well as being a stakeholder in that environment. Good. Well, I think that is it for this afternoon. Thank you very much for attending. And I look forward to doing more of these and communicating more as the company follows through on a lot of its catalysts. Thank you for joining.